Alright, hellos. So, just back as promised, although a bit later than I wanted. Just going over a review of the previous tier lists I made. I will not link those, but I will add them on the end screen if you want to go back and look at me rambling about those. But here I've just added in the new divisions, had a bit of time to sort of reflect over them a bit more, have a closer look, and made a little bit of a reshuffle with one division in particular where I made a mistake. But as you can see here, this is the mid-range tier list. It does say there, so superior. And right up there, just behind Lovas and Task Force 45, we have one of the new divisions, and this is the 8th. Is it 8th Cavalry? Oh yeah, VIII. Yeah. So it's the 8th Cavalry, which is just ahead of 5th Cavalry in terms of superior mid-range. What they have that 5th Cav doesn't, I will just show you now. Oh, the potato. I like the potato division. I played this recently. It's kind of... I like it. I do like it. It's different. But anyway, I won't go into all that now. Blah, 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 blah. So, you've got everything that 5th Cav has, and on top of it, you've got these beasts. Fanatical, 12 strength. So, at the mid-range, they do... it's 1.6 damage, which isn't fantastic, but they are fanatical, so you do get to add those in. You got a ton of Kalarasimoto, so it's just they've got a little bit more, and a little bit more in terms of options with this as well. But it's there's not a great difference between them, to be honest. Only got the usual sniper things for. But again, we're just looking at mid-range rather than sniper rifles. Mid-range and light machine guns. Rifles and machine guns. So this is why it's slightly ahead. But yeah, it's not a huge factor, but it's definitely better. The other new division in here, and this is how do I say it? I'm gonna try and pronounce Spursavat. I can't remember. Kessel. Kessel. Anyway, let's just have a quick look at why that's up there. And some of you probably thinking, oh, this is easily the strongest mid-range, blah, blah, blah. Spurverband. Kessel. Probably pronounced very poorly. I did do German for 2 years in secondary school, a long time ago. I can say, wo ist die Spitzejacke? Where is the super jacket? Wo ist die Gummiwohnwagen? Yeah, which is just nonsense phrases I used to say to my friend for no reason. Anyway, blah blah blah. What we got here? So, of course, what makes these strong? Mid-range. Bang, bang, bang. A, B, and C. Brandenburger, which is phenomenal unit. 12 strength. But they're especially good at CQC as well. Also, on top of this, you've got the usual Panzer Grenadier, and you've got plenty of these things in. These are just single machine guns, though. So they're not. This is more of a CQC unit. So remove that one. But you've got these, and they're powerful, to say the least. But actually, it's only slightly better than Panzer Grenadier in terms of damage output. But they're 12-man squads. They've got the radar on them as well. So they're decent. They're strong. And you do get these at 2 vet as well, which you need to take into account. But you could do the same thing with the Panzer Grenadiers, I guess. So, I might have dropped the ball there, I think. There must be another reason. What's in the recon? You got some cheap throw-in units as well. So you can chuck a few of these in, which are decent cheap fodder. But it's just that you can get so many of these Brandenburger, and they are pretty nasty things. So it's 2.1 damage at 2 stars, and you get a lot of them doing their business. Whereas if we go back briefly, let's have a look. Let's have a look. See? Oh, I've not even turned it on. Sorry. Here, that's what I was just talking about. Yeah, so just seeing the actual. Might have made a little mistake here again. So let's just see if we're looking at this here. So I've got them above first falch, third falch, fourth falch, but below 78 stern, which is fair enough, I would say. But let's just have a look at the other divisions, see if I've made any kind of a whoopsie here, because maybe I've overrated the Brandenburger. They're an all-round unit, they are fantastic, but actually if I'm just looking at the mid-range purely, which I am doing in these tier lists, then it might not be quite the same. But these have got good availability too. I think these are just a little bit overpriced, and they do dish out a hell of a lot more in terms of damage though. And you do get, and these are higher in third falch, as I said before in the previous video, because you do get the option to put these in to fill it out as well. Whereas I guess for Kessel, yeah, the Brandenburger, it's a little bit debatable actually. Maybe it can come down from superior, but I would change it. I don't think I would put it below first falch myself. But if it was to change this, then I would bring it down to the strong mid-range above first falch here. Just changing from its tier, because it's not gonna. Yeah. It's a tricky one. It's a tricky one. But they're bloody strong anyway at mid-range, so be sure of that. And anyway, let's move on. And the next one we got in here is the Corporal 6 Territorial, the Romanians. So let's have a quick look-see at this one. In terms of the mid-range infantry we got here, and the star of the show are these beauties. Putting them one side as well. You've got three ZB30s, 1.5 damage. You've also got in here these absolute beasts, Mutti, with double MGs again, and yeah, 1.8 damage you're going to be dishing out. Really handy unit. And you got more of these in as well. You got plenty of good double light machine guns. You've even got Strelki in here, which you can bring in from B phase as well. So they're really powerful in terms of the double light machine guns. So that is why they are all the way up here. And you've got plenty of other options as well to bring in. You've got some cheaper options where just one light machine gun. Alright, so you even got some of this fodder stuff, but I don't think I think the availability on the recruits is alright, and the reservisti as well. I'm not sure what this is about, this automatic rifle. I don't know how strong this is. I saw Protozocker talking about this when he was sort of reviewing this deck, and he seemed to be quite happy that this was in the game, but disappointed about it being on this division for some reason. Yeah, I'm not sure how good it is. Anyway, let's get rid of that. Yeah, so that's where is it? So that's falling just above. Oh, this was a really tricky one to actually put in. I spent a fair bit of time with these four divisions: Monte, Butler, and oh my god, my brain's gone. What they called? Harteneck. Yeah, so these would these four. I was trying to juggle around, find out which position they should go in. But yeah, Harteneck, they've got the two Hungarian cards in there, but it's not quite enough to boost them above Corporal 6, in my opinion, because they've just got more variety, cheaper options, and just more double machine guns, the MG 34s, 42s. Whereas the triple solar turn, you get one card of it, which is not as good as what you get for Lovas, where you get like 3 or 4 cards, I believe. So it's a huge difference. And Butler, they also did get their unit buffed, which I forgot about. So I was then started to reflect on them and comparing them to their Monte, but I think a bit below Monte. They've got the rifles late as well, so maybe they should go a bit above them. It's, yeah, I'm on the fence about that one. Also with the Fallschirmjäger, I'm still of the mind that they are strong. They're really strong in the mid-range, because again, we're not taking into account the entire division here when we're talking about the Fallschirmjäger, but I think they deserve to be up there. And what else have we got in here? Yeah, and the 4,000, like I've said before, it's there because they don't have the cheaper option, as in the fodder units, to fill in the gaps between the Fallschirmjäger. So they're more of an elite, but it's more to the personal preference. They could be higher than these, but I think they're just a bit lower when it comes to purely the mid-range infantry. Yeah, Butler got the buff, so they've got two light machine guns on one of their units now. Let me just check. I can't actually recall what it was called. Let me just show you. Remember to turn on the screen. Where are we? Oh, sorry, I think I was getting some wind on me there. Oh yeah, it's these, the rally. So now they've got this FM 24/29, which is not fantastic light machine gun at all. Yeah, its rate of fire is pretty low. But then you've got the MG34 as well. So this was changed. There used to be a Panzerfaust, I believe. So this has been swapped out for the Panzerfaust. So it gives it much more impact. And so there, you get 18 of them or 12 of them if you chuck them in. They're really nice. Then you got the Maquisards doing their thing. So you could go for a balance. Then you've got the rifles late as well, so you can bring those in. A card in A, maybe if you're going crazy, a card in B. Yeah, so a lot of really powerful mid-range units going on here. So powerful. It's a division which is kind of, when it was first released, it was like kind of it's kind of okay at like one thing sort of, but not good all round. But as you know, as patches have gone by, the last sort of I think 2 or 3, Butler has definitely moved up in the world. It's got a lot better. It still suffers obviously from the AA, but these are tasty enough. I guess if you chuck them at double vet as well, but you probably don't want to do that because you've got so few. You chuck this in A, get a couple of them. This will keep you going fairly well. But as the game drags on, but you've also got your air tab to help cover you as well. These Hellcats can help cover you in the air a little bit. They are a bit pricey, but if you're going for the long game, that's fair enough. You can put some in B and just spam them out late game when you've not got any AA. So they're really well sort of rounded division. The airplay, you have to be good at your airplay in terms of managing your AA, putting RT on the enemy's AA, getting your planes out. Like, one of my weaknesses, I would say, my airplay is pretty poor. My RT play used to be poor, it's improved, but my airplay suffered. Anyway, enough about me and my SDD troubles. Let's get back. What else have we got coming in here? Another new division. Oh, this was the potato. Oh, I'm getting confused. All right, sorry, I was showing you the wrong division before. I believe I was. Let me just see if I was or I wasn't. That's why I thought I was making a mistake. Was I showing you the wrong one? No, I wasn't. All right, so these ones, knife infantry. Again, same kind of thing. You've not got the semi-automatic rifles going on though, but you've got a good loadout in terms of light machine guns. You've got this new unit in here as well, which is really tasty, but it's more better in CQC. That's about it. It's nothing particularly special. You can get lots of things, lots and lots. The activation points 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 2 2 3. So yeah, so it's really, really good for that. So you can spam out a fair old bit. So that's why they are where they are. So yeah, 16th Panzer, they've got, you know, the double MG42s, 34s as well. They've got lower availability, but they're just a bit higher quality units, and you can get a fair number of them as well, to be fair. So that's why it's up there. And what we got next now, I've customized so you can differentiate between these. So Tartalek is 12th Tartalek, it is here. So this is the one which is next to Jaeger and 84th. The one above that, this is the new division, which is sort of turning into my favourite division at the moment. I really do enjoy playing it. It's a Hodestali, I believe that's how you pronounce it. I was checking on the Google Translate thing. Let's just have a look what they've got. Actually, let's just quickly look who they're near. So there's 184th Strelki. Again, this is a division that I play quite a lot, and I've put this here purely because you can just get a lot of infantry and sort of spam them out. But there's nothing particularly special about it. You get your DPs in there. It does some work. Whereas 26 and 97th here, you get the Strelkis in these, and yeah, Rapana. Yeah, I don't want to go over all these again and again and again, but let's just have a look at this new division quickly. We had a Stali, where are you? Here we go. Right, so you got Lovas. Cheap, 12 strength. Alright, cheap stuff. Artizok, again, more of a CQC. They've just got the rifles. 13 man though, so a bit of sustainability again. In terms of just pure mid-range ability, not particularly special. 1.2 damage. These new things, but you can upvet these, which is a little bit annoying, but you get plenty of support with your leaders to boost them up. These things, again, just one light machine gun, not particularly good, but this is where the power comes in. You've got, but they are if these were lower down, then I might shift this up quite a fair bit, probably above 16th Panzer. But they've just got one card, and it's locked to C, and it's locked to veterancy as well. So I would probably go for this, and because I like to play Maverick with these, I would go for this. So you just get some high quality infantry coming in right at the end. So they do some work. Typical Panzergren unit. And we've also got these guys. 13 man, fanatical as well. 2 solar turns, which are not the best light machine gun in the world either. But the reason these are good on in a Lovas division is because you got 3 of them on the Gollies. So the Golly Husarok squads, which are just, yeah, they mash up everything. Well, almost everything. So yeah, these can do a lot of work, and you get 2 cars of these as well. So they're really nice. So that is why they are where they are. Let's just go back and have a look, see at the rest. And what else have we got left over? So we've gone through the 3 Romanians, the 2 Hungarian, and there's 1 more Hungarian division here, which is the 2nd Pantsila, which is right down below 15th Infantry and just above 1st Panzerna. So let's just have a quick look at that division. There they are. Again, the infantry is not really what people are paying attention to with this division, and rightly so. These are your biggest squad now, the 13. So these can actually make use of them in a Hungarian division, because usually I just don't use them, because I just can't find a good enough reason to use the damn things. But here they've got 13 man, whereas you've got a 12 man low vest, but you only got 1 unit. The rest of these, they're all 11, 11, 11. So for sustainability, these are a decent option. Give you a little bit of CQC oomph as well. Not a lot though, but they can just last. They can last a satchel charge or something. But everything else, 1 light machine gun, but it is an MG42. MG42. The low VAS, you just got the solar turret. So these new options here, as you can see, MG42, Oh, these have got a solar turn, but they've got the bazooka, and these have got MG42 as well. But you don't really want this at close range, but there's no other light machine gun options in the Hungarian divisions that fire under 100 meters, so fair enough. So yeah, there's nothing particularly special here, but you can get a decent number. That's about it, really. They're not anything to write home about at all in terms of mid-range power. Hence why they are at the low end of everything else. So yeah, 15th infantry, they've got some double machine guns in there, the Brenns and such. So has Panzerner, they just got lowered availability. Monteros has not really got much at mid-range, it's a CQC division. So that's the reasoning behind all of that. Now, just a quick review of the CQC tier list again then. And I've done some juggling here. Yeah, the things I've juggled around here. First off, I just want to mention, yeah, that the 5th Cavalry, I've switched around with what they called here, blindata. Because I had them the wrong way around. I got confused about which had what rifles. And yeah, CQC. So it's just generally better with the Rosiori, the Beretta. That's why they're up there. Some people might argue they should be higher up, but the Rosiori, they're not dedicated CQC, but they do well in CQC. They're no pushover by any means. But I just think that they're more elite infantry above all of these in these divisions. Like even in 14th Infantry, which is pretty strong in CQC. 78 Sturm as well, the MP44s. They just dish out more damage. That's why I've switched those around. And it is good, whereas Blindata was being solid. Anyway, new division. So right at the top, we've got here, and we do see Spurs of... Ah, God, it's gone again. Spurs of Band. Yeah, because the Brandenburger, they've got good damage output. They're just, again, people are sort of saying, oh yeah, these are just unbelievable at CQC. They're bloody good. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, superior. The 3 Brandenburgs do pump them up there, but those alone, it's not quite enough for me to push them up any further. So, but they're definitely superior. I was double checking these. They're just sort of lacking in it. They've got the Molotovs as well, but they're just not quite getting in there. Oh, let's just, as I'm rambling about it, might as well just have a quick review for going over each thing individually. Yeah, so you got your Stern Pioneer, you got Acerok, you got Flamer, more Pioneers here, then you got these and these and these and these, then you got these guys if you want to use them, then you got these, then you got these and these and these. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. This is all like CQC stuff, and this also does decent job at range with the Brandenburger in here. So yeah, they're absolutely potent in CQC. But these at 25 points, 13-man squads, they do perform really, really well. These guys, but again, you can't upvet these, so it's a bit of an annoyance in a way. These things, I want to try and get to use it. I've been every time I play this division, I try and use these and use the police units, which are also decent. Where are they? These guys are alright. 13-man fanatical squad, can't say no to that. At close range as well, they dish out some damage. Nice little unit. I do like them. So I've been trying to utilise them whenever I play. But I don't think I've won with these much at all. I tend to lose more than I win. But why are they not as good, you might be asking, as NOV, the NOV? Well, let's just have a look, see at these guys. Again, it comes down to these babies. And you might be thinking, oh yeah, but these are, you get less, so why are they better? And again, you don't get them up vetted. There's 12 strength, so it's 1 less. But they got Berettas, and I think that's all I need to say. If you want me to say more, I can say they've also got the Breda, which is generally a bit crappy, but you get 2 of them and they fire under 100 meters, so you're dishing out what, like 3.2 damage, and you've got Molotovs. I mean, they're just absolutely insane at CQC. And on top of that, you got your Bombassi, your Borshi can dish out a bit of damage again because they've got the light machine gun, which is remember the M&S, move and shoot. Whenever it's like this, that means it can fire under 100 meters. So they can dish out damage in CQC. These dish out damage, and they've got Molotovs as well. You got more pioneery in here. You got these guys, which will not do a lot, to be honest. But anyway, you get the idea. They're oh, and these guys as well. I mean, you got plenty of options for CQC here, and they do some work. You are lacking in the flamers, which is something that I'm always going on about. But the Molotovs, you got so much. I think you can just sort of overpower it. The number of infantry, and it's all 20 points as well. It's shocking. All these guys. So that is why it's above them. Yeah, Brandenburger, they're just. It's debatable whether they're overpriced or not. I think they did change the price. I think that was purely because of the Hungarian division. They had to do it. But anyways, oh, what's going on here? Let's get out. Oh my God, what's going on? All right, so let's get away from that. And then next we've got the Hadastali again. I've shown you that already. I'm not going to go through it again. Got some decent power in there. Getting the same kind of Molotov units, but I put the Marrow above them. I think Marrow and the Brandenburger in Toulon. The Marrow are just unbeatable in CQC. Simple as that. They're just ridiculous. Next up, what do we have? Going right down the list. So we've got Corporal 6 Territorial, the Hungarians, and the Potatoes. And here, again, I forgot to adjust this, but I think it's a little bit below. Generally, let's just have a look. Oh, what is going on? Why can't I see? Ah, there we go, there we go, there we go. Right, so this is where I was getting a bit confused in terms of what does what. Where are you? Yeah, so in CQC you've got your standard Rosiori. They've got a Beretta double machine gun, so they're dishing out a good amount of damage in CQC. Same with these guys as well. And you've got assault squads. What you are lacking, I know I've just said about the flamers as well, what you are really lacking though is there's literally no flamers in this division at all. It looks like a flamer, but it's not, it's just a Molotov. So you've got a couple of Molotovs on this guy, and the rest is really good up close. So they are powerful in CQC, there's no denying that. They are seriously powerful things. But the lack of the flamer in there is just... Oh, I didn't show you again. Never mind. Whoops, I did just show you. Trust me. Yeah, they're lacking the flamer, so it hurts them. Yeah, with 5th Cav, they're much higher up because you do have flamers. Oh, do you have flamers? Oh, in Blindati you have flamers. Yeah, and here you have the flamer squads as well. So they just do a bit more. It does make a big difference to them. Corporal not doing a lot. The other guys in here being above average. This is just, you've got the light machine guns which can fire at under 100 meters, and some dedicated pioneers and stuff. So they do well up here. The Moti are particularly good, but again they've got the MG42, so they don't fire up close. So that's against them in terms of CQC. And then the last one, which I did add on at the end, is, oh, excuse me, the Panzeras. And the reason I've put these in here, because I've got 116th Panzer in here, so I thought if we put them on the periphery, because they've got the, let me just go back and show you those. If I put these like on the periphery, mostly because, you know, you got 2 of these, and you've got the Ersatz Pioneer as well, so you've got lots and lots of Pioneers. So it's like, oh, my guess it does something. They're not particularly amazing, and you got a couple of Stern Pioneers in there as well, so they're kind of, they've got something. Oh, they've got Flamer as well. They've got something in there. So this is like low end, like you're talking about desperation kind of level. But I just put them in here because they're a new division more than anything. But you've got decently cheap slots in here, but you can get 4 cards of these things. 25 points. It's kind of equivalent to that, but there's just nothing else really. And I've got Danuvia. The Danuvias are nice. So it's 1.6 damage, and you've got your TNTs, and you can get a good number of them. But yeah, I was like scraping the barrel to put these in here, to be honest. They do have a Flamer card as well, so it's something. But it's just more to showcase the new division and anything, putting this in here. So they're definitely not as good as the rest that I've got on the list. So I put them right at the bottom below Grush Deutschland. So yeah, they're like on here just as a, just as a mention more than anything. Alright, and that's the review. Just things that I'm going to be doing next. I've been working on like some of the mid-range priced armor, but it's a bit tough to do. Yeah, I'm still juggling around with that. I want to get it right, so I'm going to leave it a bit. And Eugen being Eugen, they've just changed everything around again. They've changed the price of the Panthers, so I might have to go back and have a little bit of a review of that, which I might mention when I do the next sort of tier list video. But we'll see. Other than that, I need to do the light armor after that, and then I'm probably gonna move on to the air, but I don't quite know how to deal with the air. I don't quite know how to showcase it in a decent way. And hopefully once I've done all this, I will be able to create some kind of resource for people to look at, where you can kind of look at a division and judge them on these different levels. That's what I'm sort of moving towards, but to be honest, I'm probably not going to have much time to do that. Maybe in a year, then another DLC release and just screw it up. But anyway, yeah, it's fun to do. And the next thing I just want to mention again, very briefly, and I will put the link in description, so if you listen for this long, then you must be interested in SD2. Yeah, it's for the 2v2 league sign up, the Duo League as I call it. And that is going to be kicking off around sort of mid-late March, but I'm going to start trying to pump out a bit more promotion for it, because yeah, the people might have sort of forgot about it. I've not mentioned it for a while. We've got some good sign-ups. Yeah, European League is looking absolutely fine. There was some interesting sort of the newbie kind of stuff going on, but we'll see. I'm going to pump out a bit more promotion for that. Alright, so goodbyes.